My beautiful people, a new door is opening. Things are shifting. Let's find out more. Welcome. It is tea and tarot time with me, Julie Poole. Yeah, I've had a big chop. I've chopped off a load of my hair. It was getting on my nerves. It is lovely to see you. Thank you for being here. Get yourself comfy. Get yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, glass of wine, whatever you want. Get yourself comfy. This is a collective reading. Just what do you need to know at this time? What is the message for you? What do you need to focus on at this time? All right, so let's have a little look. Let's bring the camera down. So we've got this Two of Wands that wants to come out. It is a shift. It is a change in direction. Okay. Which is helping us to see things more clearly. Oh, and there's the moon. We've got the moon coming up this weekend. We'll be doing another reading for that in a couple of days. We've got the Seven of Wands, the Empress, and the Eight of Coins. All right. Now then, what else do I want? I want a Wisdom of the Oracle card for you. All righty, tell me more for the collective. Clean it. Oh, God. I know, I can hear you groaning. What have I got to sort now? What have I got to clean up now? Does it ever bloody end? I know, I know. It's all right, we're going to figure it out. Okay, we want that one. A door to value. All righty. So let's have a quick overview and then we'll discuss each card. All right, so in terms of what we got, two major arcanas here out of six, the moon and the Empress. Abundance and allowing things to come up to the surface. All right, finding out more. Now we've got door to value and clean it up. And we've got the Eight of Coins, which is working on something because a new door is opening where we need to really stand in our power. That's basically what it's all about. So come closer. Let's discuss. So we've got this. Every time I see a kind of you need to do some healing or you need to do some work, you kind of go, more? Really? Am I not like perfect yet? We'd love to be, wouldn't we? But we're not. We're all of us a work in progress and all of us are doing our absolute best. Yeah. All right. So what they want us to do, because we've got the Empress on the table here, the Empress, abundance, flow, prosperity, being able to create, to be able to grow something beautiful. We can't really do it justice. We can do it, but we can't do it justice if we don't know our value, if we don't know our worth. Right, now I've got to be careful not to go into a kind of therapy session lecture on this, because that is my tendency. We know, right, my 20 plus years as a therapist sometimes get in the way, sometimes it's very helpful, right, but we need to be looking at our value. So do we value ourselves? Do we appreciate that we're amazing? Because most of us don't. We're very good at the criticizing, aren't we? You know, I'm not there yet. I've got to do more work on myself. There's a little bit of that, but the work that they want you to do is to recognize your value, to realize that you deserve, that you are a child of this universe, that you have a divine right to live the best life you possibly can. But when we don't know our worth, we will lower our standards, we will lower our expectations, we will lower what we think we can attract. Now, we don't want to do that. All right, so we're going to clean it up. All right, there he is, this beautiful stag with his broom. Let's go do some spring cleaning, even though it's not spring. Well, officially, in the Northern Hemisphere, it's still spring for another week when we come into the summer solstice, but we're in that kind of spring thing. And for my beautiful people down under, it's your autumn. But it's that thing about, right, can I just have a little look at this door to value? Do I value myself? It's a 31. That's a 4. 4s are all about your foundations, right? So underneath what your belief system, the way you treat yourself, your expectations in life. Do you value yourself? All right. So I want you to be able to look at that. See, the doors here want to open. They want to open, and there's money flying all over the place here as those doors open. Because when we see that we're worth very little, that's basically what shows up. And we want to be in the flow of abundance, don't we? So I want you to ask yourself, do I value myself? Do I see myself as deserving and worthy? And then if I don't, let's fix it. All right. And you might be saying, well, how do I do that? How do I do that, Julie Poole? There's no good just telling me sort it out. Well, how do I do that? Right. So, okay, I'm just asking spirit. All right. What would you say to your best friend? Who said, I'd never be able to do that. You'd say, yeah, you can. Come on, put your mind to it. You're amazing. You'd encourage. You would encourage. You would ask perhaps your best friend why they think so little of themselves when you think so much of them. You would point out all of their fabulousness, wouldn't you? So I want you to do that for yourself, okay? Get into that energy of knowing your worth, knowing your value. That's what we're wanting to do, okay? Because this new door is opening for us. This new door, the Two of Wands, is basically the world opening up, a fresh idea, a fresh perspective, a new path. It can be something significant, something really big, like I've always done this job and I'm going to completely change industry, or I'm going to retire, or I'm going back to school, something completely different, right? But it doesn't have to be anything that significant. It can be a tweak, a little tiny little shift from a way of thinking that suddenly unlocks all sorts of things. It's amazing when we shift a little bit of thinking, how everything suddenly opens up. Right, so I want you to look at Seven of Wands is you defending yourself. Now, this is about you standing in your power, standing up for yourself, saying, no, I am worthy, I am deserving, and I am ready to open up this new door. And so other people, which are not the Seven of Wands, can be other people or your other thoughts arguing with yourself, saying, what you doing that for? Stay where you are. You don't need to do anything different. Well, excuse me, whose life is this anyway? Whose life are we leading here and living here? Right. I want you to do you. All right. And when somebody says, well, that's a crazy idea, or you shouldn't be doing that, or your own thoughts are trying to talk you out of it, you say to them, Joe, it's time. It's time. The Two of Wands says, I am ready to go in a different direction. And I'm getting into this clarity, I'm seeing things clearly, right? The Palace of Swords is a place, an environment where you can rise above the mist of the fog. Let me show it you a bit clearer. Here you go. All right. So what you've got, the Palace of Swords is where the King and Queen of Swords live, right? Clues there, yeah. So the King and Queen of Swords are all about truth and clarity and logic and letting your mind come up with solutions and inspiration, and it's the clarity. All right, I can see clearly now. The rain has gone. It's starting to see the mist, the clouds, the fog, the confusion is clearing, and all of a sudden, because of that, I can see what I perhaps couldn't see before. Now, all of us are in this energy of truth and clarity. It's all to do with Uranus in Gemini. Uranus, if you're in America, I know you keep correcting me. Right, but it is all about bringing stuff up to the surface, seeing things we didn't see before, finding new information. So I now know something I didn't know before. That all ties in with this Palace of Swords, where you can see stuff, where you like, aha, oh, right? We start getting all, why do we make these funny sounds when we get the aha moments? It's like, really? We go up about 5 octaves. We make the funny sounds because we're lifting up into this. Oh, I can see that now. Now, that might be to see that somebody's taken advantage of you, or to see how kind somebody is. Don't have to be negative. How hopeful that you can be, how positive. It can be anything, but you are seeing something. And is linking in with the Empress. Now, the Empress is abundance, prosperity, flow, beauty. Venus led, about creating a beautiful light, but it's also about abundance, right? She's in this deck, she's got the baby. In other decks, she's heavily pregnant. What it represents is I can grow anything, I can create anything, I'm the creator. She's also very strongly linked with Mother Earth and the nature element and being able things to grow, things to sprout, right? Now, that might be your money, or that might be a beautiful friendship, that might be wonderful energy and health. It can be in any area of life, all right? But the Empress is being able to create the value in you, in your life, in your world. You're seeing it now, and this can be part of this. What needs cleaning up, this door to value. I see my value and I'm suddenly realizing that others don't, and I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to sort that out. Now, that might be by changing or ending friendships, or it might be by gently course correcting people to say, well, actually, I know you're telling me I can't do that, but actually I think I can, and I would appreciate a bit of support here, all right? Because you are sticking up for yourself, all right? Don't forget that bit. You're sticking up for yourself because you're in this energy of wanting to create a most beautiful life, and that's what you're on a path to. Okay, so you're seeing it now. You're seeing where the abundance can be flowing, and abundance isn't just money, is it? It can be energy, it can be love and appreciation, it can be positivity, it can be anything. Abundance is a flow, the flow of energy that we're not limiting, we're not restricting. Now, we've got the moon with the 8 of coins here. Now, the 8 of coins is a worker card. We gotta do some work. I know, clean it up, right? We gotta do some work here. Now, we're gonna clean up where I feel devalued or I'm devaluing myself. I'm going to clean up if my standards are a bit low. Let's raise them, all right? Who set these standards? Nobody set them for you, only you did. So, right, we don't realize it's all part of our conditioning and our, yeah. But we can, when we realize we've got low standards, all right, why am I putting up with that? You see, there's your clarity. Why am I putting up with that? Why am I thinking that way when this is an abundant universe and I can tap into that abundance? Right, so we're going to do the work on allowing, here's the moon, to bring the stuff up to the surface for me to really be able to look at it. Now, in a few days' time, we've got the new moon. Now, this is a very powerful new moon for manifesting and creating that abundance, that value, that beauty. So I want you to use this time. Okay, right, so I'm listening to my team. I want you to use this time to allow any part, just set the intention, any part of me that doesn't see or recognize my value. Thank you for helping me to see it. All right. Any environment around me in terms of friends, relationships, work, all the rest of it, that is suppressing, pushing me down, help me see it. Because once I see it, I can't unsee it, and then I can clean it up. Yeah, make some shifts, make some changes. So we're going to use this energy. Let's come back down here and look at it together, right? We're going to use this energy, new door opening, all right? Doors opening. Let's feel the energy of that opening energy to really step into, I know my worth. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am amazing. I'm going to clean up any part of me that says I'm not valuable, because I absolutely am. I'm seeing clearly where I can step into my abundance and my creativity. I'm allowing ideas to come up and flourish. I'm using this moon energy, couple of messages with the moon. So one is that it brings stuff up to the surface for you to be able to see it, feel it, action it, work on it, for you to have that clarity and awareness of what was hidden is now coming to light, and I'm going to do the work that I need to do. Right. The moon is also, the new moon is a wonderful time to manifest. Right. So set the intention. I see my value. I choose. So I'm listening to their words. I choose to embrace the fullness of life. I choose to step into the beauty of life and create the most beautiful life. That's what you're doing. Okay, right. What do we want now? We want to have, I want one of these. These are the Light Worker Oracle. And then we'll have an angel card, I think. All right, for the collective, please, what they need to hear right now. Okay. Spiritual decree. Oh, wow. All right, let's talk. Spiritual decree. These are incredibly powerful and not to be used lightly. All right. Be very careful what you wish for. Be careful what you decree because it is so powerful. I decree and declare dot, dot, dot. Okay. If you haven't heard this before, and this is some new information for you. When you use the words I, which is the self, decree and declare, you are commanding the universe to do what it is you decree and declare, okay? And it will start to move towards you. So this is asking you to create a spiritual decree. Now it's a number 41. That's a 5. 5 is about change. So what do you want to change? What do you want to create? You want abundance, you want flow, you want beauty, you want value, you want to open up new doors so that nothing is restricted. Doesn't mean you have to go down them. It means that I like a bit of choice. I like a bit of options. I have freedom to choose, right? But when we don't see the value, we don't see that door as a possibility. So now we don't have freedom to choose. So I want you to set the intention. Spiritual decree here. Look at her hand on her heart, her eyes closed. This is her internal universe going on up here in the head. All right. You're going to set an intention on this new moon. All right. Doesn't matter when you're watching this. We have a new moon every 2 weeks and a full moon every 2 weeks. All right. Every 4 weeks. Sorry. One. Let me rephrase. Let me correct. Every 4 weeks, there's a new moon and a full moon. So they're 2 weeks apart. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. I know. I'm not perfect. All right. So what we're doing is you're going to focus on your value and the beauty in life and abundance and that you deserve and desire it. And you're going to make a spiritual decree that I am moving into my most beautiful life right now. All right. When we are manifesting, it always has to be in the now and it always has to be for you. You can't manifest for somebody else. Okay. So I am dot, dot, dot. I decree and declare. So you're setting the intention. This is a very powerful form of manifesting. Okay. So you are in a spiritual decree. So before you go and do that, make sure that you're clear about what it is that you're decreeing because it is powerful. All right. Okay. Let's have an angel card to finish off then. For the collective, please, from the angels. All right. All the cards I use are linked below, by the way, along with a link to my book. It's going live on the 18th of June. Yeah. Okay. Right. Growing. You are growing. Number 17, that's an 8. 8 is abundance, flow, infinity, everything moving and flowing. Beautiful. Now, the roses, they grow so fast, so strong. They reach up for the light. You are in a growth spurt. And sometimes in a big growth spurt, there can be growing pains. Some of you might be finding this whole process quite uncomfortable. I have been, all right? So some things can be more uncomfortable than others. But equally, we want to embrace it. Is this good for me? Is this growing me? Is this expanding me? Is this helping me move into the future version of myself? And when the answer feels like yes, you're moving out of restriction and old thinking and limitation, and then we got to go with it. I know. So we're growing, okay, my beautiful people. We are growing, expanding, evolving, and a new door is opening into a life that is embodying the value you see within yourself, your heart, your soul, your being, your world, your life. You've got this. Okie dokie. I'll be back on Friday. I'll see you then. Lots of love. Bye.